Okay, welcome everybody. What I want to do today is take you through platform analytics, quick overview, features, and a migration strategy, and hopefully a little bit of an insight demo. So just quickly introduce myself. My name is Stu Ship, advisory solution consultant based out of Auckland in New Zealand. My functional compliance is into the partners, so it's now called the GPC. Experience with ServiceNow been 2 years, 16 years in sort of service delivery. So what I want to talk to you about is platform analytics, and in particular to remind people, hopefully you're already aware, about some changes that are coming up. We want our customers and our partners with their customers to be across this and hopefully getting this activity and migration done so there's no nasty surprises when we get to release Z. So more on that in a second. So what is platform analytics? It's a product suite as a whole. The idea being to combine the reporting components, which are across different modules, i.e. reports, analytics hub, dashboards, PA, etc. And PA, I'm talking about performance analytics, all into one place. So in Washington, the platform analytics experience has been made available. It consists of an analytics center, a visual designer, an editor, and advanced analytics capabilities, and bringing all components into one module. So demarcation still exists. Performance analytics is still that additional capability to the out-of-box reporting, and platform analytics is just bringing them and the normal reporting, the platform reporting, into one area of configuration of tools. So the SKU still exists, performance analytics still has that, the reporting out-of-box is still there. It's just platform analytics is bringing them into one place to be consumed. So here's a quick screen grab on the navigation. We'll be consolidating everything into the analytics centers for all things reporting and PA, no longer disjointed with multiple areas and modules. So this is an important slide and one of the main reasons for bringing this topic up. It's the roadmap. So from Washington, you were able to opt in to platform analytics. For Xanadu and Yokohama, if you're upgrading, you may also opt in to platform analytics. If you're net new on either of those, you'll just have it and this won't even be a problem for you. But the key bit is on the far right, Zurich. Once you upgrade to Zurich, it's going to automatically be migrated to platform analytics. So we want people to get ahead of this. We want people to take advantage of this. And so that there isn't any enforcement by the time you get to Z. But again, putting that out there, you have to be aware of it. That is coming up. So quickly, what does the platform analytics comprise of? The main components are dashboards, data visualizations, that's the key bit for me. PA widgets and reports are getting transferred into this data visualization component. Your KPIs, filters, and a scheduled export. When landing, we've got the Analytics Center main page. It's got a nice little analytics Q&A, a field where you can ask natural language questions about the trends and health of your processes. You've got a dashboard, a set of tasks for each dashboard that you've bookmarked or that administrator has certified. Certification is just a new sort of capability in here where you can go to a particular dashboard or report, and there's a toggle to set it as certified, and basically it's saying, this is company certified. So a way of kind of pinning an extra set to your employees or your team. And then data visualizations, a list of the saved visualizations that you can access based on your roles. You can select visualizations that you've bookmarked or that an administrator has certified. So dashboards move, but essentially continue to be our reusable canvases containing data visualizations, filters, and other visual components. And again, like I said, you can certify a dashboard to indicate that it's company approved and recommended for use. Data visualizations, these use graphics to show table, indicator, and other data. Importantly, reports and PA widgets are now replaced or migrated into data visualizations, and you get to use this visualization designer, which in my opinion is a much easier interface. Everything's in one place and it's all in one component. It's not tabular and jumping to different points. So I actually really like this, and we'll do a quick live demo just to see how that works. The KPI library lists all the performance analytics indicators, KPIs to which you have access, and by default, this page is named your KPIs. KPI details, of course, is that exploratory view of indicators used for more detailed analysis. It lets you see trends, predictions, breakdowns, and assorted records for a specific indicator. Filters can apply to all elements on the same dashboard table, depending on the filter placement. But you've got a whole section here where you can go in and multiple people can create these filters and use them. So focusing on the navigation, bit of before and after. So we're seeing a unification of elements. So previously, you've probably seen on the left, you'd be going to reports for the report stuff. You'd be going to performance analytics. You may be going to the performance analytics workspace, so on and so forth. That's all being translated into the piece on the right, into the analytics, platform analytics, the analytics center, and the components we've just run through. Platform analytics dashboards, still the same easy to use, responsive drag and drop behavior, supporting the same dashboard features as the core UI that it's moving from. But now we've got like inline editing, building analytics data, visual story in the context of the rest of the dashboard, configuration through unified components with those data visualization filters and data source agnostic. Editors before and after. So again, if you haven't done this, I think most people will be on the left-hand side building your widgets. That's a very familiar sort of report interface that you've been working with. That's all now being combined into that visual designer. So this is what most people will be used to, assuming you haven't migrated, but moving forward, you'll be moving into the visualization designer. Platform analytics, KPI details and signals. So this now includes analytics predictive capabilities like forecasting, setting targets and thresholds, improved user experience to find correlations, anomalies, and other analytics insights, easier adding of chart elements, new target and threshold features, and the signals capability that enables noise cancellation for your metric data to surface those important analytics insights that matter. And Analytics Hub obviously will be moved into this space. So moving on to that migration scope in general, we'll just whip through those that we've just gone through. Responsive dashboards are now moving to the inline dashboard editor. The report designer PA widget form, that's going to be contained in the visualization designer. Reports and PA widgets are now going to be moved and saved as data visualizations. Interactive filters to save filters. So our goals, we're aiming to provide our customers with better and better experience and capabilities, and that's why we're doing this. And the migration path has been set up so as to provide the minimal business disruption as possible. So we have a migration center to help you with this, take you through all the new the ways of doing it, and I'll come to some references and appendices and materials that you can get up to speed on this. The BU's done a lot of work to make sure that everybody's got all the knowledge and upskilling they need to do this. So that new value proposition, i.e., why? What am I getting and why are we doing this? Why am I having to go through this? Well, the idea is we want to make the inline editing easier to create and visualize in one window pane. We want the combination of the data sources. We want the unified filters and so on. And of course, we're also thinking about our AI capabilities, incorporating those in our future roadmap. So essentially, we're upgrading and pushing people into platform analytics to make sure that moving forward, you're getting even better capability, even better alignment to AI, even better alignment to how you're running your reports and your experience and so on and so forth. So thinking about our migration, let's get our personas together. Could be a system admin, could be an analytics admin and manager. We want to make sure we're connecting and understanding what is needed, how we migrate, what might be impacted, and so on. And this could be, similar to something like an upgrade. Maybe you want to incorporate in an upgrade. But there's also the opportunity here, right, to clean up dashboards and reports. And also even maybe think about some new pieces that are needed and introduce those at the same time that you're migrating over. So of course, reports and dashboards are something that's constantly evolving in the tool. There may be people that built stuff that aren't using it anymore. This is an opportunity to build out inside of that area with a depending sort of need to move and something you can look to kind of upgrade to. So don't forget that roadmap. I put it up twice. Impending timeline, opt in, opt in, opt in, but by Zurich, you're going to be pushed onto it. So we want people to get ahead of that, right? The plan isn't to try and push people onto it. The plan is we're hoping people will naturally migrate before we get there, but just to be aware that that is an impending deadline. And then the journey in terms of that migration. So there's a couple of ways in which you can migrate, and we'll look at the migration center. So bulk, you can simply hit one button and it will bulk migrate all the pieces for you, and you can review and test. Be aware that It's a very kind of enticing button on the migration says to start moving. But as soon as you hit that, it just goes and does it all. So just be careful of that. I did have one environment, one of my test environments, luckily, where I hit that and it just went off and did it. And then phased. So you do have the ability, right, to pick individual components, migrate them, test them, and build it out that way. And of course, on the far right, you can postpone. But remember, come Zurich, you're automatically going to be upgraded to it. So get ahead of that. Sure, postpone as you need to. You've got a little bit of time, but make sure that we've looked at this before you hit Z. So just quick visualization of that path. Get up to speed on all of the latest knowledge and content on this migration. Then think about your migration path, right? It's going to be bulk, is it going to be selected? Are we going to postpone? And then when are we actually going to do it? And then use the migration center to get everything over, or select some assets, migrate, test, and do it that way. So let's just jump in and just do a little demo of those components, just to give you an idea of what we're talking. So just going to jump into a system where I have these capabilities set up. And of course, when you go in here, I've got my favorites, but you could search in for it. So Platform Analytics. And then we can go to the Analytics Center. And straight away, you'll see the jump into ask a question about your data. So this is really cool. Maybe you just want to mine data, get some feedback from stuff that you want to look at that you don't have a report for. So I'm just going to ask about show me active instance without assignment groups. We can go away, think about what you put in there, try and return some data based off of that thing. It may even, and hopefully this will come up on this one, it may even ask, is it this? Oh, perfect. Is it this table? Do you want to add a group to it, right? Do you want to add an assignment group to it? So we just say it's incident we're interested in for the sake of it. So yeah, quite a useful little tool. Have a play around with that. And then you have the dashboards here. So you see I've got some ones that I bookmarked, and then that certification capability that we've seen. Same for your data visualizations, certified, etc., that goes into that side. And remember, you can jump to any of these in the normal kind of menu drop down as well. So yeah, let's just create a new visualization. I'm going to try and make this pretty simple just to make sure it works, and do a line chart. I'm going to add a data source. Come over here. I'm just going to do something on incident. There we go. And then let's add a condition just to get some data into there. What should I do? Created. Let's do 3 months. 3 months. Yeah, that's a record. That's fine. So we'll add that source just for the sake of it. And then here on the right, you've got all in that sort of inline piece. You can add your sort of group by. So that's group by T. Like that. And then you can add your trending, but again, all in one area. Like that. And there's, header settings, because you can do that side. You've got additional settings you can add in, data setup. Again, depending on what type of visualization you're selecting, it's all available from inside of there. So we got some decent metrics, so you get a good idea of what we're trying. And then that sort of indicator, we'll give it a name in a second. Here's that sort of marker certified as well, that you can do in there. We'll just save incidents 3. And you got an idea there. Some cool things as well. Obviously, you can duplicate the sharing. I really like this interface. So you can pick a user, add them as a view, right? Oh, actually, no, I'm going to pick a group, all from the same place, right? It's trying to make this a lot easier if I can spell, hardware group. So I really like kind of that interface and how that works, and managing the access. And you can confirm that as well. And then of course you can schedule these. So if I wanted to kind of put it out daily, 12, that'll do. a fictitious email that does not exist. Um, test engine. You can do that. So again, that's all available from the same space if you wanted to do that. So let's go back to our analytics. And then now we create a new visualization, just create a new dashboard. We're going to use the inline editor. Use group that. And then over here, you can see this is also a lot easier. I can add whatever I wanted to do, add my new visualization. Last 3 months, I can add that in. So that's the one we just created. Let's make this a little bit more visually pleasing. Let's just add some other random ones. So let's go, just add a couple of these into the dashboard. So that's great. And then, yeah, we can add our filter, right? So let's add a saved filter. Obviously, priority is something we're doing. So that's all available. And all the same stuff here, right? So it's all kind of in line. For reports, if you want to make them certified, there's a little eye icon, and then that kind of appears on that side. We can save that. Could be saved, save it for old people or just for the dashboard that you're creating. So we'll just do that. Excellent. And again, you've got all the kind of shared duplicates that you can go from that side. So let's just open this up and see what it looks like. And that's the new sort of piece that's put into there. Great. So that was the Analytics Center, just to give you an overview, what that looks like, how you get there, think about bookmarking it. I want to just quickly show you the migration center. I've saved it here. So I've got this instance where you've got both in. Obviously, it has to be from Washington and you have to have the core UI in. So again, if you're net new, you're not going to see any of this. Sorry, net new in Xanadu and up, you're not going to see any of this. But if you were in Washington or before and you're upgrading, you're going to see the migration center. So let's go have a quick look the migration center. So there's that strategy. So here's that magic button I was talking about. If you hit start moving, it's very enticing. But as soon as you hit that, that's the bulk. Everything's just going to go at once. So just be mindful, unless that's your strategy, probably stay away from that button. Lots of good information here. You can click and learn more. Some good sort of FAQs as well around how that works, and there'll be some more resources that I'll talk about. And again, you can sort of try your own content. So if you wanted to piecemeal it, right? So maybe I just want to start with a change overview. I can go there, select it, and migrate this dashboard over to the new sort of capability that sits underneath that. So there's a good interface in how it works, and you can get used to that. The BU in particular for this has put together lots and lots and lots and lots of details for you to get your understandings, FAQs, what are the best practices, training, visual indications. So lots of elements out there, and in particular, a big sort of community page that you can work with. And on there, they've also got all the sessions they've previously done. You can go and play them back and get used to it. So lots and lots of resources to take advantage of. In particular, I like these platform analytics enablement toolkits and videos. So please do go in there, get your information, and get a good understanding of how everything works. So thanks for listening. Remember that timeline comes it's going to be enforced. So please get ahead of this and happy migration.